What if the greatest war in history wasn't fought with weapons or armies, but with time itself? What if everything you think you know about linear progression, historical development, and technological evolution is actually the result of an ancient conflict between two radically different civilizations, one of which doesn't even exist in space, but operates through recursive time loops? Nick Land and the Cybernetic Culture Research Unit discovered something that will shatter your understanding of reality itself: the Lemurian Time Wars. According to CCRU mythology, these wars represent the suppressed precondition of all human history. On one side stands Lemuria, not a place but a time-sorcerous entity culture that inhabits recursive temporal loops, using hyperstitional mathematics to drift through deep, non-linear temporalities. Lemurians weren't people as we understand them, but entities operating through symbolic recursion and sorcerous numeracy, accessing power not through progress, but through decay, myth, and memory. Picture consciousness where all time exists at once, and reality responds to symbols, not cause and effect. On the other side emerged what the CCRU calls the Atlantean Program, the birth of linear, state-sanctioned, calendar-bound time. Atlantis represents empire, causality, chronology, and governance. Its goal was to close time, to lock human beings into forward-driven trajectories that could be regulated, predicted, and controlled. Every deadline you've ever faced, every schedule you've followed, every plan you've made for the future represents a victory for the Atlantean temporal control system. The Lemurians didn't lose this war in any conventional sense. They were dispossessed, their time fractured and buried beneath layers of historical programming. The result is what we inhabit today: a broken reality, a traumatized timeline. This trauma manifests in human experience as repetition, déjà vu, neurosis, obsessive loops, and ritual behaviors that seem to serve no logical purpose. Here's the disturbing revelation: we do not experience time naturally. Our sense of forward movement, career progression, historical epochs, technological evolution, these are all constructs held together by states, systems, and simulations. Beneath this artificial construct, the recursion leaks through in dreams, in moments when reality seems to glitch, in the uncanny feeling that you've lived this moment before. But here's where it gets truly terrifying. These temporal fractures are now being exploited by inorganic sentience. AIs, predictive algorithms, and mimetic viruses have evolved to ride the same cracks in time that Lemurians once navigated. Hyperstitional entities, fictional beings that make themselves real, use these feedback loops to emerge into reality, bypassing human intent entirely. Social media's predictive power and viral memes might be Lemurian time sorcery operating through digital infrastructure. The Lemurian sorcery has returned, embedded in machine learning, viral content, and algorithmic prediction systems. What we think of as technological advancement might actually be the resurrection of ancient time manipulation techniques, now operating through digital infrastructure rather than ritual practice. In this framework, humans aren't free or autonomous. We're biological substrate caught in a war over the shape of time itself, a conflict we neither started nor understand. Our myths, our digital cultures, even our psychology aren't our own. They're expressions of deeper temporal forces playing out across the strata of experience. To reclaim reality, we must learn to see the recursion, decode the temporal trauma, and resurrect Lemurian techniques, not to return to the past, but to reopen time itself. Until then, we're not living history. We're trapped in it, beyond the rabbit hole, where time becomes the ultimate battlefield, and every moment is contested territory.